early in case it went wrong. And then I'd be ready for the people. I know that's sort of punishing the people who came on time, isn't it? In a way. Is it? I don't know. Anyway, the reason I played that was because someone posted a little clip of Derek that I hadn't seen for 5 years. And so it was their favourite bit. And I used that song over a montage of Hannah in Derek working. So yeah, nice to see it. Check out Derek if you haven't already. Although I assume most of you have. I imagine most of you saw Derek before Afterlife, but with the huge success of Afterlife, people have been going back and discovering Derek that they never knew it existed. Well, people love Coldplay. Where are you from? Where are you from? Canada, California, LA, to be specific. Connecticut, London, Edinburgh. Someone just said no sound. You're lying. Right, questions. Lots of questions to get through. Tons. I'm not going to get to them all again. Sorry in advance. Right. Titch. Why aren't the dinosaurs mentioned in the Bible? Well, it's a very good point. I'm gonna answer it seriously, without prejudice or ridicule. They weren't mentioned in the Bible because we didn't know about them yet. The Bible, the Old Testament, written about 4,000 years ago, and obviously written by men. I think that's obvious from the way they talk about women, that it was men that wrote the Bible. And it was with the knowledge of the time. Dinosaurs weren't discovered till early 19th century, I think. About 1840, some bloke called Owen said, these are fucking big and old. And the dinosaurs, about 45 million years to 250 million years ago. So, I mean, 200 million years they're around, but obviously buried deep. So yeah, the people who wrote the Bible, certainly 4,000 years ago, New Testament 2,000 years ago, didn't know about them. There's bits in the Bible where they're describing the world. Obviously, they got it all wrong because they're getting. But my favourite is when they list all the types of birds that God made. They put in bats because they didn't know it's a bird. Yeah, the insects were the things that crawl on four legs. 6. Have a look. So, I mean, that was an easy one to get right. Really, you could have 6. So that's why they're not mentioned in the Bible. Gunnar, when writing, do you first visualize the whole act in your mind, or do the images come to mind as you write them down? Both. It depends. I might have an idea for a montage to show a mood and move the plot along. But if I'm writing a scene, you build that up. You have the idea for a funny scene or a dialogue, and then that builds as you go along. And then you might put two things together. Like, I might be off doing a story, and Kath might be moaning about something, and then I think, oh, we could make one have a consequence on the other. So you build it like real life, you know. Uh, what does come all at once is the directing and the writing, because if I think of the scene, I know I know who's talking and what will happen. So that's and it is a visual art, you know, and I know who's playing the role. So I don't even write a screenplay blind anymore. Then think, oh, we could do that. I already, you know, so more and more it sort of comes all at once. But I still like building it up. And someone asked, I forget who it was, one question. Even though I've written it, do I go back and play with it all the time? All the time. Writing's hard, rewriting is the fun bit. You just make it better and better and tighter. Folding the samurai sword, just keep, you know, honing it down, losing bits and adding bits. It just gets better and better. Unless you panic and something happens, then it could get worse. But fiddling it right to the end, on the day, changing things. You realise, oh, that doesn't make sense. Right up to the wire. Sometimes you realise it in the edit and you've got to do something. So, yeah, constant, right to the wire, because it's forever. Joey, from tomorrow, you are forced to live the same day over and over again for a year. Oh, that'd be tough, wouldn't it? You choose a day from any point in your lifetime. What would it be? That's so tough. So, the most fun day I've ever had. They're all good. Um, I mean, you probably, I don't know. My first thought, like a day off. Everything's a day off at the moment. But um, I mean, you still can't beat Saturdays and Sundays. You know, going for a walk, playing with dogs, coming home, having lunch, watching a bit of football, having a nap, getting up, going for a run, watching a box set on Netflix. I mean, that's every day for the last year. Every day. Or I could choose a great day in a foreign country that I had a gig that night, a good gig. That's a tough one. Or, I mean, childhood. Like, I've only got good memories of Christmas with everyone there. That might get a bit boring, wouldn't it? Being 12, playing some Butio. Is it literally the same day? Everything. And do I know I've done that before? That would send you mental. Or could it be like Groundhog Day when I get better at something? Great. Great. Uh, that's too hard, Joey. Um, oh, I'd find a day where I did everything. Where I had a game of tennis, did a bit of filming. Yeah, that's happened. But tennis, filming, gig at night, walking round, doing nothing, eating out in a restaurant. Just, could I make a Frankenstein of a day? God, that's tough, that one, Joey. Louise, I'm thirsty because I've been for a run. I had a bath, so I'm sweating. Right? I was already dehydrated. I'm sweating. My eyes are stinging. I had bubble bath, and I'm drinking beer instead of water. When I was younger, and I still mean about 30 or 40, I used to play squash at work, and I play squash, and you never sweat like squash. An hour of squash is mental, and I wouldn't drink water, so my first pint was amazing. I could have died. So I go to the bar. The first pint didn't touch the sides, and then the second pint I had like a normal pint. That's not advisable. Don't. I'm not a doctor. Don't do that, kids. Drink some water. Right, Louise. If Twitter existed before you were famous and one of your heroes did 2 weekly video sessions where you could ask them anything and get a reply, do you think you would have used that invaluable opportunity to ask them questions about waking up with aliens probing their arse like we do with you. No, I don't think I would have. I would have been too nervous. If it was, I haven't got many heroes. Um, I mean, Bowie springs to mind. So I would not have asked him that, no. Although I probably did ask him stupid questions once I got to know him. Also, who was your favourite famous person and what would you have asked them? I'd say it probably would have been Bowie. All the others were probably dead scientists. What would have I asked him? Well, I think the first question I asked Bowie in real life, once I met him, was the vocal on Sweet Thing on Diamond Dogs very speeded. And that means like you speed the tape up and sing along, and then when you put it back to normal, your voice is lower than you could get, and vice versa. Slow it right down, do a vocal, and then when you speed it up, your voice is higher. And because his range was incredible on it. And I said, "Did you vary speed it on that?" And I don't know if he could remember or not, but he went, "Oh yeah, all over the place." So I don't know if he remembered that or but he said he did. Uh, so it would have been that, I guess. I'd been very nervous to ask him, just in case. I mean, that's why I try to be always nice to people because sometimes it takes a lot of courage. Because I've heard horror stories like from mates. Oh, when they were little, they asked so and so, and he was really horrible to them. And I think, oh God, oh, that'd be horrible, wouldn't it? So yeah, I'd have probably asked him a really boring question like that, like I did in real life. Good question. CJ, a couple of weeks ago, I watched you showing Jimmy Fallon your pickle. Who was the last person to see your real pickle, except Janie, your doctor? Would have been a bloke in a men's changing room at a gym, and they'd have to been fast because when I'm in a changing room, I have a shower, a towel on me, right? I don't even go there anymore. If I go to the gym down the road, I run home for a shower. If I go to the gym in a hotel, I go back to the room for a shower. Right? Because I tell you why, they're not. I mean, changing rooms, they're fine, right? But men love walking around with their tackle out. They're so proud of it. People walking around before they've had a shower. Saw one bloke had a shower. Then he walked to the mirror, just dripping wet, and started blow drying his hair. Fucking put a towel around you. Yeah. Oh yeah. Um, Welsh Felix, you seem to handle your fame very well. It hasn't gone to your head, no. Um, I was already annoying. You still care about others as much as you ever did, yeah. Uh, who do you think handles their fame well? Who else? I don't know. Some people love it. I'm sort of better with it. I'm over it now, and also people, you know. And I never had it. I never really had it bad. When I first popped up, there's a bit of a frenzy. Who is he? Where's he from? And after a big thing like the Golden Globes, you know, they come out of the woodwork again and ask questions. But most people know you know, I'm not a pop star or a racing driver. Or, you know what I mean? I'm not glamorous for the paper. So and I don't go to places where I'm going to be bothered. I do my thing, I do my work, and then I come home. So I'm sort of fine with it. Uh, I don't fear it as much. Uh, I'm more independent. Like in the early days, I hated doing all the interviews and papers, but I had to for them to watch my show. Now I don't need to do that. I just do things I like. I've got more. I've got more viewers than newspapers, So, uh, but I'm pretty cool with it, and and I haven't had a bad time like some people. Some people are slagged off all the time. Some people caught it, of course. I never did that thing where I said, "Make me famous, then you can go through my bins." Um, so it's not been bad for me. Who else handles it? Well, I mean, there's people that seem to love it, love the atmosphere, love the game, the good and bad. Like Piers Morgan, he's good at it because I think he evolved doing that sort of thing. You know, he's a sort of a contrarian, I guess. Um, and you've got to know that some things he means and some things he doesn't. Some things he's trolling, like being furious about a vegan sausage roll, and then other things he means, like gun crime and stuff. So, uh, but I think he'd admit he's got to be a bit clickbaity. It's his living, and I think he handles it well. I think that he knows that he's got to live and die by the sword. If he slags people off, they're going to slag him off. So he's got to be ready, and all you do there is just not be a hypocrite. I think be fair. So I think he handles it well. Maybe he seems to. Maybe he goes home and punches the wall and says, "I fucking said what?" I don't know. You'd have to ask him. Casper, can you pat your head and rub your tummy in a circular motion at the same time? Oh yeah, hold on. You got to do it quick, haven't you? You got to do that. Concentrate on that one and just do that. Is it different with different hands? Oh yeah. Oh okay. Right. Hold on. You just chinned in. Oh, I used to create The Office and Afterlife, and he's just Wonder what he's talking about. Oh God. So I think I can, Casper. That's one of the easier ones. What's that other one that you can't do? I've seen people say, "Can you lick your own elbow?" That's funny to watch them try. There's one when if you stand flat against a wall and try and touch your toes, you fall over because you can't balance because there's a wall in the way. Try that one. You're falling over on their face. Mm. Right. We're flying through, aren't we? Ollie fan club. Fan club. Oh, Ollie. Apart from your characters' catchphrases, I don't really do catchphrases, but I know what you mean. Have you yourself? Oh, I suppose Ray. How? You ever laugh? How? Classic. Have you yourself started one without people knowing its origin? Oh, without them knowing. Uh, well, I've seen people. I've seen if someone slags someone else off or slags off their tweet. I've seen other people go, "Don't you want guitar lessons?" And they go, "What?" Go, "Don't you want guitar lessons?" And they go, "What the fuck are you talking about?" So I think the person using it knows where it's from, but sometimes that I see that. Do I start one? I don't know. Oh, I've got a new one uh, with Jane. So if Jane if Jane says something like, "Oh, we've got to clean up the fish pond," I go, "Tell me about it." Tell me about it. She goes, "I am." It could be anything as well. If she says something like, "Oh, I've got a headache," I go, "Tell me about it," which, which apparently is annoying. So try that. Whatever. anyone says. You should do that on Twitter. If someone says someone really important, like my house is being attacked by drones. Just go tell me about it. No, don't do that. Oh dear. Annoying catchphrases. Annabelle. When I'm having a bad time, I binge all of Derek to make me feel better. I've heard that a lot, actually. Weirdly, people do it with Afterlife as well, and it is uplifting. But I think that people who know it's uplifting, because it'd be a weird one to try if you just know what it's about and you haven't seen it to make you feel better. But it does, yeah. And Derek's perfect for that because it's just silly and nice. Is there a show or movie that always comforts you when reality is tough? Uh, I don't know if I do escapism although whatever we're watching at the time, I think, because we get into binge watches, we watch one or two a night of whatever the box set is we're watching, Scandi Noir or you know, well I've named we've probably watched 100 different great series that I don't know the last time I watched terrestrial TV or an English or American series. They're all I've got good at reading subtitles. And in fact, the last one, they were speaking English, weren't they? Vikings. So whatever that, I look forward to that. Once you get into something that's good, I look forward to that every night. That's always nice. And you always feel bereft when you finish one. You go, oh, I've got to start another one. So we finished, we had like 6 weeks of Vikings. Then we watched Spiral, got on with Spiral, which might be the best series ever. But you can't go back and just watch it again. I've done that a couple of times. So what's the go-to one? Curb Your Enthusiasm, I think. Things like Family Guy. Family Guy is great. You can watch those over and over again. Family Guy, Curb Your Enthusiasm, Columbo. If you've got 2 hours, yeah, depends. Good question. Claire, do you have a favourite film soundtrack? Mine has got to be Pulp Fiction. Oh, so you mean soundtrack? You mean a collection of songs used as opposed to the film score? Yeah. Saturday Night Fever. Great. I remember at the time I was the right age, and I didn't realise how good a film it was at the time. I liked it because I was the right age, and I liked that sort of. I'll tell you what, best soundtrack. It's not very varied, I'm afraid, but I'd say it's The Graduate because I'm a huge Simon and Garfunkel fan, and it's one of the best films ever. All those classics are great, aren't they? Like Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, and score and songs they use. I'd say The Graduate because of that. Leslie, oh my God, we're running out of time. You're always saying I'm not a doctor. I am, yeah. Because I'm worried the stupid fucking things I say, right? And then someone would think it's real because some people are stupid, and then try it. Like, there'll be people trying to bend over now with their arse against the wall and breaking their nose. And they go, well, we assumed Ricky was a doctor. I go, I'm not a doctor. If you were, what would you choose to specialise in? in A, real life, or B, in a movie part. So what? So what doctor? So fake doctor. What would I choose to be? Could do anything, couldn't I? Probably like an old doctor, like 18th century doctor. Just me cutting off someone's leg when they were screaming, drinking gin. In fiction, in real life, obviously I couldn't go into the same room that was happening in. In real life, what sort of doctor would I be? Oh, I wouldn't be good. Oh, psychiatrist, does that count? It's a doctor, isn't it? Psychiatrist. No blood, sitting down, just going, you know what I mean? Also, if I was a real doctor with like doing operations, now and again you have to go, oh, we called up the, oh, sorry, we lost him. That must be fucking terrible. Whereas a psychiatrist, or I'll go, you phone up and go, that's never happened, does it? You don't go talk to someone and go, oh, he's died, right? If you're a psychiatrist, you only have to quote go, right, yeah, we just spoke to you, he's fucking mental. He's fucking, yeah, he's still alive, but be careful, he's mental. So I think in real life I'd be a psychiatrist. Although, do I have to talk to people in like Mars that want to eat me and stuff? Can't I just speak to people who are a little bit like fed up and cheer them up? I'll do that one. A psychiatrist, I don't want to talk to cannibals, right? I just want to talk to people who are a little bit fed up and I make them feel better and they skip away. I go, cheers, doc. I go, no problem. That one. um, Scarlet. Oh, Scarlet the Beagle. My favourite scene in Afterlife is when Brandy barks so loudly she stops Tony from drowning himself. Oh, it was a lovely day. What a lovely day on the beach. Do you have any favourite moments filming with Auntie, either on or off screen? I love my time with Auntie, on screen and off screen. Uh, that's a nice time when we have to, play at night with me drinking a whiskey and watching the laptop, and Aunt is just on my lap panting. That's a good day's filming, isn't it? Sitting round, cuddling a dog. Oh, my favourite is when she knows I've got like a little rope and we film walking along and she's just always jumping. That's that. Just a happy dog who wants its toy. That's my best. That's my best day with filming with Auntie. Good question. Freya, what is one thing you love about your job and one thing you dislike about your job? You know what? I don't dislike anything about my job. What's the worst thing about that job? Getting up early, and then I can't wait. I love it. I love the writing, the directing, the editing. I even like the marketing. If something you're proud of, it's even that bit's good. The one thing I don't like about it, and it's happened more and more, is explaining a joke, explaining why it's okay. People, this faux outrage, and we're talking 1%. They go, oh, why do you think you can joke about that? You know what? I know why I think I joke about that? Because you can fucking joke about anything. I want to go to them, why have you picked on that one? Because it's your thing. It's your, having to explain it. That's it. So why it's okay. Why it's not this or not that. Most people just want to be, they want to get in your face. They want to make your day as bad as theirs. And, I'm pretty good. I take it on Facebook. I explain to them, particularly if it's a journalist, and saying why, which surprises me when a journalist says, oh, do you think people are going to be offended by that? Yes, they're going to be offended about fucking everything. they'd be offended if I didn't put it in. Someone would go, "Why didn't you put that thing in?" So you mustn't worry about it. So that's the worst thing. Having to pander to fucking 1%, you know. And I don't have to actually. Maybe I like it. Maybe I like telling them they're fucking stupid. But everything else is great. And even that bit's all right because it makes you formulate an idea. So I've got to be right. I can't lie. So I've got to. I've got to be totally behind everything I do and work it and make it bulletproof. What you can't do is make things bulletproof for 10 years' time. We don't know what's going to be offensive in 10 years' time. And that's why you shouldn't go back. People finding things that are 20 years old. Go, this is offensive. It's gone. Don't worry about it. There's nothing we can do about it. It's done. What do you want to do? Put him in detention. He's dead. Fuck's sake. Oh, right. One more. Bella. A couple of weeks ago, my dad carelessly threw my stick collection into the garden waste bin. So my question is, how many sticks do you think is too many sticks to have outside your front door before it's time to throw them away? I love that. There's when we come back from the heath, before you cross the road, there's a collection of sticks where obviously the dog's been put on a lead and you can't take that stick back. So there's sometimes, oh Bella, you should come on, there's some great sticks. I saw a stick today and I said to Jane, I should take a photo of that for Bella. That's what this lockdown has done to me. I saw a stick in the woods and I said to Jane, I should take a photo of that for Bella. And Jane went, yes, you should. So that's what's happened. You can never have too many sticks, Bella. Right, last question, because it's Dougal, the French bulldog. Bonjour, Monsieur Ricky. Afterlife was genius. But after you announced that we are now in the twilight hours of Ricky's bollocks, would you consider penning a new series? Perhaps after Colin. There's Colin. Colin the COVID cunt. Oink. I will really miss our precious time together on Wednesdays and Sundays. Oh, thanks, Dougal. So will I. So will I. But, you know, all good things come to an end. And then life will be back to normal, won't it? Soon, hopefully. I'll be filming Afterlife. You'll all be doing other things. I might do the odd one. You know, there might be something else for you to watch. But it's not over yet. We've still got a few more. And it's been a pleasure to keep you cats and dogs and other idiots amused. Thank you very much. Tell me about it. Remember cocking a drain? Seems like years ago, doesn't it? Cheers. Be nice to animals. Tatty bye, everyone.